Hello, my name is Malik. I'm 18 from Pittsburgh, and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I don't exactly know what career I want. I graduate high school in 2026, and people around me immediately started asking me, so what's next? And just don't know. My relationships are kind of a mess. I'm still trying to figure out who I even am as a person. And for the longest time, I thought that meant something was wrong with me. Like everyone else had it figured out, and I was just behind. But over these last few months, I'm starting to realize that's not actually true. I've started to have these really deep thoughts about life, and I've started to realize that I'm not as behind as I think I am. And I just want to share what I've learned and see if anyone can resonate with what I have to say and, try to help people out in this life we are all living. So, the first point I want to make is that everyone is pretending too. I've been realizing that everyone who looks like they have it together, they're faking it. They just don't say it out loud. I see people my age all the time who seem like they have everything figured out. They know what college they're going to, they know what they want to do, they've got their friend groups, they look confident. And I look at them and I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why don't I have that? Like, I'll see people posting about their college plans or internships or whatever they have going on. And I'm over here, like, I can barely decide what to eat for dinner. But that's what I'm learning. I'm learning that most of those people are just as confused as we are. They're just better at hiding it because we've been taught that not knowing what you're doing is like weakness. That by 18, you're supposed to have some kind of plan. That uncertainty is something to be ashamed of. But that's insane when you think about it. You're 18. You've been alive for less than 2 decades. Your brain isn't even fully developed yet. So why would you have your entire life mapped out? But we put this pressure on ourselves anyway, or well, society puts it on us, to have answers we're not ready to have. My dad will ask me, what are you thinking for your future? And I just freeze because I don't have an answer that is strong enough. So if you feel lost right now, or confused, or just like you're winging it every day, you're not alone. That's literally all of us. Some people are just quieter about it. The people who look like they have it all together, they're probably Googling how to be an adult just as much as you are. Uh, the second point I want to make is that not knowing is kind of freedom. This one took me a while to understand, but not knowing what you're doing isn't a bad thing. It's actually kind of freedom if you look at it the right way. I used to think that not having a plan is terrifying. Like every day I don't know what to do is a day wasted. Like I'm falling further behind some, I don't know, invisible finish line that everyone else is racing towards. But recently I've been thinking about it differently. If I don't know what I want yet, that means I have options. I'm not locked into anything. I can try different things. I can mess up at something. And it's not the end of the world because I'm not committed to it yet. And yes, that's scary because options mean decisions, and decisions mean you might choose wrong. But it also means you're not trapped. I have friends who do have everything figured out. They've known what they wanted to do since they were like 15, and that's great for them. But some of them are also stressed out of their minds because They're trying to achieve this one specific goal or thing they committed to when they were basically still a kid. And now they're realizing maybe it's not what they actually want, but they feel stuck because they've already put so much time into it. I'd rather be uncertain and flexible than certain and trapped, you know? For example, I used to go to the gym every single day. I was really into it. And then one day I just stopped. For a while, I felt like such a failure for that. Like, what's wrong with me that I can't even keep up with the gym? But now, I'm realizing maybe I just needed a break. Maybe that version of me needed something different than this version of me needs. So, yeah, not knowing is uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. But it's also kind of a gift if you think about it. You're not stuck yet. You still have time to figure out what actually fits you. And the third point I want to make is that you can change your mind about everything. You're allowed to change your mind about everything. You don't have to stick with the first thing you choose. You don't have to be the same person you were last year, or even 6 months ago, honestly. You're allowed to try something and then realize, okay, this isn't for me. But the problem with that is that we treat that like failure, right? Like, if you change your mind about something, you wasted time. Like, you should have just known better from the start. But how are you supposed to know what you want if you never tried anything? How are you supposed to know who you are if you never let yourself change? I've changed my mind about so many things this year. Things I thought I wanted, I don't want anymore. Beliefs I used to hold, I'm questioning now. And that used to make me feel a little unstable. Like I didn't actually know myself. Like something was wrong with me. But I'm starting to realize that's just what growth looks like. That's just becoming a different version of yourself as you experience new things and learn more about what you actually need. 6 months ago, I was a completely different person. And 6 months from now, I'll probably be different again. And I don't think that's a bad thing anymore. You're not locked into who you were at 16 or 17 or even last month. You're allowed to change directions. You're allowed to say, I thought I wanted this, but I was wrong. You're allowed to start over if you need to. And, that's not failure. That's just life. That's just being human. And last thing I want to say, and I think this is important, is you don't have to have everything figured out by some random age that society decided on. We put these weird deadlines on ourselves, right? Like, by 20, I should know what I'm doing. By 25, I should be settled into my career. And by 30, I should have my life together. But who made up those rules? Who decided that timeline? Because it doesn't make sense. Life is long. You have way more time than you think you do. And yeah, it's uncomfortable sitting in uncertainty. It's uncomfortable not having a clear path forward. I'm living that right now. Like, I'm in my room most days just existing, barely keeping up with the basics. And there's this tightness in my chest when I think about the future. It's not fun. But that discomfort doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean you're behind. It just means you're still figuring it out. And that's completely okay. You will get there eventually, in your own time, on your own timeline, not anyone else's. There's no rush, and even I have to keep reminding myself of that. So yeah, I'm 18, and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, and I'm trying to be okay with that. If you're in the same place right now, you're not alone. You're not behind, you're not broken. I promise you're not. You're just figuring it out like everyone else is. Uh, so yeah, that's all I had to say. I'm gonna try a couple of these videos. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I wanted to make this channel and these videos that I'm gonna be making um to just express how I'm feeling, cause lately I haven't really had the best outlet to get out how I'm feeling, and I know I need to open up more with the people around me and just people in general. And I thought that, maybe getting this out there on the internet, I could find people who resonate or are going through the same thing, and, get advice from them, or maybe give them some advice, and just connect with people who need that help or need that step forward in the right direction.